We're very excited to welcome Dr. Antoinette Nestor to speak about applying to Cambridge as a mature student. And I'll turn it over to Antoinette now.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So yes, welcome to Exploring Legal Futures Applying as a Mature Student. And I'm a Director of Studies at Lucy Cavendish College. Now, what will we cover on this session? I'm just going to briefly go through an introduction and then on how to apply, then some resources that may be useful, and also answer some questions and some further reading that I feel would be useful for you all. Now, you're here, of course, because you want to study law. But sometimes when we start thinking about what we want to study law in depth, we say, well, I believe in good people. It makes me feel good. I want to make money. Sometimes people say that they want to become lawyers just because it's a good profession. And sometimes you have no idea. So hopefully you are not in that situation and you're here because you already know that you want to study law. Now, what is a mature student? It's a lot of the questions that we get asked. So it's basically anybody who's 21 or over by October 1st of the start of their degree. So that's what counts as a mature student. And as a mature student, you'll be doing the 3-year degree the same as everybody else, as every other undergraduate student. And we may also have on the audience actually some affiliate students, or sometimes called senior status student, which means that you already have your first undergraduate degree and not in law. It's very, very, very seldomly that you get somebody applying with a law degree to do another law degree. That doesn't really happen. And you'll be studying for 2 years instead of 3 years. Now, you may also have some questions in relation to the colleges. You may hear about some mature colleges versus non-mature colleges. Now, the university has 3 colleges which are specifically for mature students. As you can see there on the screen, we have Hughes Hall, St. Edmund's College, and Wolfson College. Now, that doesn't mean that the other colleges do not admit mature students. All the colleges admit mature students, but these 3 colleges specifically for mature students. And there's also one main difference as well, that as a mature student, you would have a second deadline, which is March 1st. So you would apply normally UCAS by the 16th of October when the deadline is, but also you have a second deadline. Now, it says March 1st, but that doesn't mean that you have to apply by March 1st. You will try to do it beforehand to make sure everything is in place. And also you have to specify a college in this second round. Now, how do we go about applying? Now, what are the expectations when you apply? So everybody, no matter how old you are, you have to take the National Admission Test for Law. Now, you could Google and check the LNAT, and the information for this coming year will be available in March 2024, which is not too far away. So you can start seeing what type of preparation you may need and the cost of it. And you have centers all over the UK and also in some international places in order to take it. Now, what about references? Either as a mature student or as any other type of a student, references, they need to, basically your referees, they need to say, what, how you are in relation to your academic work. Or if, for example, if your work, the person, your employer has to say, well, okay, this is how I see this person performing in his or her chosen field of a study, what type of perhaps volunteer work you have done. If you are taking a higher education diploma, that perhaps your tutor will be able to write you the reference. Now, if you check on the UCAS website, there's a specific section in relation to writing references for mature students. So that should be able to guide you through as well, and to whoever your referee is. Now, what does the university typically looks for? And that's a lot of the questions that we usually get asked. What we're applying to Cambridge, what should I look out for? And one of the main differences, of course, as a mature applicant is that you're much more experienced, but that doesn't mean that your academic will be different. So you'll be treated equally as an equal academic standard as school leavers. Any evidence of what type of studies you have recently done as well are important. For example, the higher education diploma, A levels, or a university open university course. And of course, you have to see yourself on the place that doing academic work, you will have to do academic work every week. So you have to also be a bit sort of thorough with yourself in relation to the academic work. So it's not an easy ride, let's say. Now, what else about applying? What about your qualifications? Well, as I said before, they differ from school leavers, from a mature student, because of what you have done in the past. Now, in the UCAS application, you can, as a mature student, you can have it as an open application, and then you're allocated a mature college, one of the 3 colleges. But if you have a first undergraduate degree, in the UCAS application, you have to choose a college, so you don't have an open application. So that's one of the difference between somebody who has a first undergraduate degree and somebody who does not. Now, what about your personal statement? Now, basically, you have to convey your academic ability and potential, the commitment that you have, your enthusiasm, your self-discipline. Basically, we want to see that you're going to be able to keep up with the work, and at the same time, not say after a year that basically you had enough of it and you don't want to continue. So remember as well is the potential. Your ability and potential is not what you're just doing now, but how you're going to do it. And for example, we may say that somebody has a really, really good potential, but they might not have enough commitment, and that will actually sort of negate, and it wouldn't really be too good on your application. Now, what is the perception of a previous career when you apply, either as somebody having a first undergraduate degree, or as a mature student? Is like the main difference, of course, is that you understand the world from very different angles compared to school leavers. You may be able to understand the law in a very different way. It could be that you have already experienced the law in a different way. Let's say that you are a police woman or a policeman now wanting to get into law because you really enjoy the subject. Then that's one, that's something that will look well, but it aids to your application because you're understanding that. Or for example, let's say that you're you're a carer, and you understand perhaps some of the policy arguments in relation to caring, and in relation to how the local government works, for example. So there are all many different reasons why a career or previous career not in law will be helpful. There's nothing really that will say this career is not good. This is a non-law career. They're all very, very welcome, and they all add something to it. Now, what about the type of resources that are around for you when you apply? Now, a few years ago, Cambridge started the Cambridge 21 Plus, basically. So it's a program that is run by the 3, in inverted commas, mature colleges. Of course, it's Hughes Hall, St. Edmunds, and Wolfson College. This particular program is aimed at UK students. So if anybody who's looking at this webinar is not from the UK, this Cambridge 21 wouldn't apply. You would still be a mature student, of course, but this particular program wouldn't be for specifically for you, in the sense that you have virtual sessions. This past year they ran in May in the evening time, so people could basically do their day job and then join. And through that one, you will go about sort of academic skills, how building building your application, personal statement, for example. And there are also in-person residentials, which this year was just this past July, and included 2-night stays. It was all provided for, and you got a little bit of a taste of what university life would be like. So people went to the formal halls. They sort of had some sort of like supervision, some sort of lectures. They met other students. They got to ask questions. So that was more an immersed experience to really see if Cambridge will be good as a university to pursue your further studies or not. Now, this next session, the applications will be open early 2024. So they have not been open yet, but hopefully they will be available soon. Now, we did receive some questions, and I'm hoping that perhaps you could ask some more through the Q&A. So I'm just going to answer the ones that were received. So what is the benefit of a law degree versus a law conversion course for affiliate students? Well, one of the first things, of course, is the length of time. So as an affiliate student, you will do your degree in 2 years compared to 3 years. That's sort of the main difference. And then, of course, will be the topics that you'll be studying. So having a law conversion for affiliate student, or doing the affiliate student course, you will have to cover the 7 foundation courses that are required to go if you want to go into practice. So your curriculum really narrows. You only have 2 optional subjects, or you may have just 1 optional subject. And then if you wanted to do some sort of written work, then that will also count as one of your optionals. So it's very much hands-on, very intense for the 2 years. I'm not saying that the 3 years are not intense, but this one is sort of is a bit more, in the sense that you have that much freedom. And then, of course, the law degree, you will have a much wider range of optional courses to choose from. And also you have to take into account your own personal reasons. It could be that, if you're a mature student, that, you feel that, this is what you really want to do. And then if you already have an undergraduate degree not in law, you feel that actually studying law is what you really want, rather than going into some sort of other type of training. And of course, if you have a family as well, you have children, that is also something that you need to take into account. Suppose will be sort of part of more of your personal reasons as well. Now, and getting into sort of families, as I said, you may have children. What type of support is offered for mature students? So each college has a childcare contact. So if you have children of a school age, then you will contact them. The university also has a childcare office, which they will help you with the schooling, healthcare. Now, if you are if you're based in the UK, coming to Cambridge, you will be very familiar as to sort of like the type of sort of a school system and how healthcare works. But if you're coming from abroad, of course, you will need to understand sort of how the whole school system want to apply. So they will be there to help you. Now, in relation to childcare support, there is some funding, but it's means tested and it's only in exceptional circumstances. So you wouldn't really just get childcare support if needed. You will have to really explain why coming to study, why you cannot provide any more childcare support. And also some colleges provide family accommodations. Not all of them do, but as I said, you have the 3 colleges that are sort of the mature student colleges, and they will be able to sort of help you in relation to if you are accepted and if you have a family with some sort of family accommodation, or as well the university as a whole also has an accommodation sort of office where you could check where you could be accommodated with basically find accommodation for your family. And then something that we usually get asked as well is the biggest difference in applying when you're a mature student versus a mature student coming straight from school. And as I said before, is if is your life experience, is your time management skills, is your reasoning. The sort of everything sort of comes together. It could be that you're a mature student that just turned 21, so you're not really too old either in that sense. And perhaps you decided to take one gap year, and that gap year became 2, 3, and 4, perhaps, and you acquire different skills. Is it's just basically your point of view and your sense of how you see yourself in the world and where you can use and want to use the skills that that you're learning at university. Now, I see that there is one question in the Q&A. Okay, anonymous attendee, I'm just going to read it out loud for everybody. So I'm studying a level 3 access to higher education course, specifically in law, instead of taking random subjects. Are you able to go straight into your undergraduate degree in law with this? Okay, well, it is still a higher education course, and you need to apply as everybody else. And what are the grade expectations for higher education diploma? It is sort of basically trying to think of the particular type of grade that you sort of asking this very, very specific question would be to check with which college you would like to apply. So basically you can check with the colleges well in advance, just say these are all my qualifications. Would I need something else, or what grade expectations would I need to have for the particular college in order to be admitted? Now, are you going, are you able to go straight into an undergraduate degree in law with this? Well, if you're going to be applying as a mature student, and if you're successful on your application, yes, because that's part of it, that you'll be having some sort of education behind you already, but not necessarily a university degree. So that part of the answer, it would be yes, you can apply, as an undergrad to an undergraduate degree. But now the grade expectations, that will be something more that you will need to basically check with the particular college, because I could say something, but it's just it could be that the tutor at the college says something completely different, because they look at things in a very different way sometimes. Like, it could be that you have a very specific set of circumstances that say, like, well, this is what you obtained, but it could be you have some attenuating circumstances as to why you obtained certain degrees. So that's very, very specific and to each person. Now, let me see if there are any other questions, and I'm aware we have 5 more minutes. So if anybody else has any other question, if not, I'll move on to the next section. So I'll just give it about a minute in case people want to type anything. I don't see anything else. All right, and now I'll also say that I was going to sort of recommend some further reading. Now, in your sort of personal statement as to why you are applying for law, it would be good as well for you to know something about the law and some sort of like general topics about the law. And these 3 books sort of really help you to understand a bit more of relation to the law. Perhaps you have already read a good few books about sort of law in general, because that's why you're interested on the topic. So and also reading the news, everyday news is also very good to understand what's going on in the world in relation to different topics within the law. I think any other, for example, sometimes people may read some sort of novels in relation to law and how they how they resemble the real world, and sometimes offers topics for their personal statements. Now, okay, so we are from Canada. Hello. And then it says, do you accept AP? All right. So if you go into the requirements, when you do, basically you can check on the website, and it says, what's my degree compared to a UK degree? You will be able to sort of to see that what will be converted into. So as an international student, of course, it will be the international baccalaureate. Now, as an international mature student, you'll basically just have to check how your AP course qualifications basically equate with what a UK qualification would be. I would also suggest planning to go to as well. And I see that Lucy is also typing an answer, which is fantastic. Thank you, Lucy, for typing that answer as well, because it's a very, very specific question. So now, thank you, Lucy, and for putting the link in that reply. And then yes, and then so I'm trying to think if there are any other questions before I move on to the next one. I have left a little bit more time, so for people to ask questions. Let's see here. All right, no, I don't see any other questions. I'll just wait a minute there. So what I would recommend as a whole is check the website of the colleges, click where it says sort of mature students, or like what, or on the law website as well. It will also refer you to mature students, or somebody who already has an undergraduate degree. Email the colleges if you're interested in some of the colleges. Try to speak to people if you know anybody who has been to that college. And yes, and I wish you sort of a very good and successful application. There is always sort of a lot of information online as well. So just be careful what type of information you pick. Sometimes like the information is not thoroughly truthful of the facts or how things work. And let me just check here. Yes. And basically, that's it. So thank you very much. And I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.